Very good evening to everyone. How are you guys all doing? Hope you guys are all okay and having a great Thursday evening if you're in the UK, if you're everywhere else, whatever it's morning, afternoon, nighttime. Hope you guys are having a nice time and heading towards the weekend with one more day to go. If you're working tomorrow, hopefully it'll go quick and you'll have the weekend coming up. Hope everyone is okay. Like you saw the thumbnail. It is the time for the big debate special. And what we're doing the special today, of course, it is Raju from the Woman Agenda channel live here. Please do click on the subscribe button if you haven't. Join in. Please let me know what you think of the videos. On there, we've got loads of live content. We're hoping to have a live interview tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. And also lots of stuff coming up. Hopefully you liked the one about the best female author, which we had done earlier. The Bollywood Central coming up later on tomorrow, as well as Music Express Zone, other among the live interview, among so many more things. So the big debate special today about sexual assault in the UK, in India, in Pakistan, these three countries which we are working on, and what is the situation against that. Now, there's lots of things we can say. You can get in touch with us with a live if you want to become a live guest, a live interview. If you feel like you can contribute, you want to collaborate, you want to sponsor the podcast channel, and you want to advertise with us, get in touch with the Talent Spotlight 309@gmail.com. Email address is below, and our social media channels. I will tell you about them, how to get in touch with us on there. So we will talk a bit about first of all about the UK and the sexual assault rape in the UK. What's the situation so far? So this is the still sexual assault against women, highest ever number of rapes in the UK. No, I'm not um, making this up. This is obviously courtesy of the Guardian.com. This is a fact, and this is something which is very, very recent. Now, it has been estimated that 61,158 offences were recorded in the year ending June 21 amid a national debate over women's safety. And we're talking about the UK here. Now, police have recorded a record number of rape offences in England and Wales, according to official figures. Although there was a fall in overall crime levels driven by coronavirus restrictions, the Office for National Statistics said recorded sexual offences had increased by 8%. Rape accounted for 37% of all sexual offences recorded by the police. The number of rape offences in the year ending June 21 was the highest ever recorded annual figure to date, which is 61,158 offences, said a report published on Thursday. The ONS said the record was driven by a large increase between April and June, in which there were 17,300 rape offences compared with quarterly average of between 12,000 and 15,000. The increase may reflect a number of factors, including the impact of high-profile cases, campaigns on victims, willingness to report incidents, rather than solely on increasing the number of rape committed. The rape and murder of Sarah Everett in March prompted a national debate over women's safety, sexual violence, and response of police and prosecutors. Nick Stripe said, the head of crime statistics of the ONS, said some caution should be exercised when interpreting the figures. Prior to the pandemic, number of police recorded sexual offences was well below the number of victims estimated by the Crime Survey for England and Wales, with fewer than 1 in 6 victims of rape or assault penetration reporting the crime to the police. Reporting as lockdown eased an increase in the number of victims, or to an increase in victims' willingness to report incidents, potentially as a result of high-profile cases and campaigns in recent times. The number of domestic abuse-related crimes also rose by 6% in the year to almost 850,000 offences. The ONS has said underreporting made it difficult to determine the true level of domestic abuse in England and Wales, but data from sport services suggest it is intensified during lockdown periods. Other crimes such as theft were reduced during period of lockdown as social contact was limited and people stayed at home, but falls in the incidence of the crime were offset by a large increase in fraud and computer misuse. The police also recorded 846,235 offences flagged as domestic abuse related for the 12-month period, representing a 6% increase from 830,950 offences in the previous year. And the ONS has said it was difficult to determine the level of domestic abuse in the country using police recorded data because of changes in the way that crimes are reported. So we cannot conclude whether there has been an increase in the number of victims of domestic abuse. Data from victim services suggest that experiences of domestic abuse may have intensified during periods of national lockdown, and the victims faced difficulties in safely seeking support under these conditions. So, in the year to we like to consider, we like to invite to join more than 1.5 million people in 180 countries who have taken the step to support its financial keepers. This is the article himself. So I don't know why I'm reading them, but there you go. And there was also, courtesy of theguardian.com, there has been a study also in the UK, in a study of 554 students, university students, 63 did admit to rape, sexual assault, and other aggressive forcible acts. The first survey examined sexual violence by male UK students had shown a light to a misgunning at universities with scores admitted to rape, sexual assault, and other forcible acts. Of the 554 male students surveyed, 63 reported that they had committed 251 sexual and unwanted incidents in the past 2 years, according to researchers at the University of Kent. It is identified a strong association between toxic masculinity and sexual violence, with those who reported committed offences also admitting to misogynistic views, such as believing that women who do get drunk are to blame and if they're raped, and having sadistic sexual fantasies about raping or torturing women. Such views and fantasies were not held by participants who the study noted. The research comprised 2 online surveys, one of 295 students from 100 UK universities and another of 259 students at university in southeast England. Participants were asked about questions about a range of sexual scenarios, including having sex. And in the first survey, 30 participants reported they had committed 145 sexual aggressive acts over the past 2 years. And in the second survey, 33 men reported 106 sexually aggressive acts over the same time frame, with a third of those declaring they had committed 3 or more. Now let's look at what's exactly happening in India, the situation in India. So students raped and murdered. Now what's this about? What's exactly happened? They obviously, as we were aware, as you guys may be aware, if you're not, I'll just briefly tell you that there were new laws to combat the problem of rape is brought into every 15 minutes, leaving victims and families crying out for the justice. Now, there was a case where there was a girl who was cornered by 2 men, said police. When she protested, one covered her mouth and the other dragged her, and then they raped her inside the mud house. This happened, the police investigated, revealed in front of a female co-worker who was silent as the men choked Jana to death. The case underlined once again the reality that India is one of the most dangerous places to be a woman. A rape is reported in the country every 15 minutes, according to last year's Ministry of Home Affairs annual crime report. Most penetrators are known to the victim, like the alleged attackers in this case, who had been working in the house for months and were known to her family. This is courtesy of Guardian.com article. Students from the college where Jana was studying took to the streets the day after her body was discovered, carrying banners and placards. They demanded justice, including calls to hang the rapist. The students continued their protest for several days before the state was like, or the parts of India put under lockdown due to the sharp increase on COVID-19 cases. Now, Sankar Chatterjee was the first police officer on the scene. She had blood all over. She said, I haven't felt so helpless and angry in my 11 years of service as I did after looking at her dead body. Chatterjee said that all the police at the crime scene were in tears. It was unbearable to see how she was subjected to this. In 2012, we go back, there was a brutal gang rape, a murder of a student on a bus, uh, which we all know was the student Nirbhaya, and that took the attention of everybody who demanded justice. However, little seems to have changed since then. Government figures for 2020 showed 244,000 cases of rape and sexual violence against children were pending in the courts. Police said they arrested 3 suspects in Jana's case, but they have not yet to file formal charges in court. The delay has left the family dejected and angry. We are ready to fight for justice, said Jana's 25-year-old sister. But there's still a sense among my family that real justice will never be served. Since the incident in the village, which is surrounded by green paddy fields, has been eerily silent, with villages fearing to venture out even during the day. But the court stand accused of approaching rape cases with patriarchal and regressive attitudes. Earlier this year, former Chief Justice asked a man accused of raping kids, and yeah. And there was one such situation in Pakistan. I haven't got the thumbnail on here. Knowing me, I have missed it out. It was courtesy of Guardian.com, so I'll briefly tell you exactly what's happened here in Pakistan. This is very recently, courtesy of Guardian.com again. So Lahore police open case against 300 to 400 unidentified people captured on video. So hundreds of men in Pakistan are being investigated over mass sexual assault on women. Police in Pakistan have opened cases against hundreds of unidentified men after a young woman was sexually assaulted by a crowd of more than 400 men in a park in Lahore as she made a video. The shocking assault was captured on several videos, which went viral and showed a mob descent on the woman as she was in Lahore's Greater Iqbal Park making a TikTok video with friends. In broad daylight, the men picked up the young girl, tossed her between them, tearing her clothes and assaulting her. So she registered a case between 300 to 400 men, according to the Lahore police. The crowd pulled me from all the sides to the extent that my clothes were torn. I was held in there. They assaulted me brutally, the woman said. And they stole her money, earrings, and a phone. The footage prompted a wave of discourse anger in Pakistan. The country's information minister, Fawad Chaudhry, said arrests were being made. Some perpetrators have been identified through the footage, CCTV footage, and eyewitness accounts. We are working on its full throttle. The Prime Minister has taken notice also. The Prime Minister himself has come under scrutiny for suggesting the rise in rape and assault cases are to be blamed on women, the way they dress and they behave. Now, the situation, the big problem is the Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan saying that if women dress or wear Western clothes or wear whatever they want to wear, because obviously everyone has a right to wear what they want to wear. To be that's their freedom, same as is a guy who can wear whatever he wants to wear. But if you're going to say and you're going to have an approach like that, then I'm afraid you shouldn't be the prime minister of your country, because that is that not just that thinking, but it proves that you don't deserve to be the prime minister if you're blaming women for being raped, because the way they wear, they can wear whatever they want to wear. But then why are you blaming the guys who are doing it? Then something needs to be done, something needs to be changed, and that needs to be done. We're hoping the situation in India obviously will change regarding the sexual assault and rape cases in India, and the situation will get better. Obviously, after Nirbai, what happened after that? That's something which should never have happened. But obviously, some laws, like I just mentioned, had happened to improve the situation, and there has been a fast track of cases to improve the situation. So the government has done quite a lot of stuff. Obviously, cases are still increasing, but in some states, you know, they are better women's safety than they were before. So hopefully, hoping that the situation and it will get better. And in the UK, I was totally even stunned by the amount of cases which are happening since 2021, and the stats are absolutely shocking because I expected it to be less than that. And we will obviously be tracking this, what's happening in the UK and what's happening in India and Pakistan regarding the sexual assault, rape, and on the big debate special, and hopefully bringing some guests on board and doing a big debate special with them and seeing this and what else needs to be done, and obviously advice on women's safety as well. We needs to be done, and we need to cover that as well. So that is something which you look out for. That will happen soon as well. We're hoping it will very soon. If you want to get in touch with us on the social media channel, this is the way to do it. So that's a Twitter handler, a female spotlight. Facebook is Woman Talent Podcast. Please let me know what you think of the Big Debate Special episode 4. And obviously, please click on the subscribe button so you get notified when we go live or when we upload videos and have live interviews. We're hoping we're going to have a live a book author tomorrow, and then obviously next week, and working on to bring some music artists as well, and interview them very soon, and speaking to a few now. Lots of stuff happening, lots of content tomorrow. Like I said, Bollywood Central is tomorrow, as well as Music Express Zone, as well as some other programs as well, which we will be bringing on tomorrow. They will be revealed tomorrow. Stay tuned for them. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said, if you want to get in touch, if you want to be a live guest, if you want to sponsor the podcast, email address is below talespotlight309@gmail.com, and get in touch. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic Thursday, whatever time it is down there. Please stay safe, look after yourselves, look after your loved ones, your friends, your family, and follow the government's guidelines on the COVID-19. And follow the exact guidelines there. It's Raj from the Woman Agenda channel. Thank you very much for watching. Please do click on the like button, send us your comments, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.